What's going on, everybody? In today's video, we are doing track number 3 off Moving Pictures. This is YYZ. The instrumental that was what? Nominated for a Grammy or something like that? And didn't win? Oh my god. Did these guys ever win a Grammy? Did they have any Grammys? Just curious. Anyways, if you're new here, please subscribe, check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, music videos, bass videos, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. In the description, I got Amazon affiliate links to all things Rush, music gear, bass gear. I got bio information in the description. Check it out. If you like the channel, if you want to support, I got super thanks, PayPal, Venmo, mailing address, Amazon wishlist in the description below. Definitely check it out. All right, YYZ is an instrumental titled after the IATA airport code for Toronto Pearson International Airport. Its rhythm is that of the letters YYZ, the Morse code. It stems from the band's enjoyment of recording La Villa Strangiato, a 9-minute instrumental on Hemispheres, which they wanted to do again on Moving Pictures, only shorter. The code was adapted into the song's rhythm of a 5/4 time signature, where the dashes are played using 8th notes and the dots using 16th notes. How incredibly boring. All the technical stuff, it's because I went to school for music and I did for so many freaking years, I think. And because, you know, like Charlie Parker said, you learn it and then you forget it. Like don't, if you're thinking about all these things, like these like technical words to music, like oh, this is this time signature and this is stuff like that, and like the harmony and like inversions and modes and all that kind of stuff. If you're thinking about that stuff, like I can do that and dissect it, but like I don't. You see that I don't do that. And there are some people that are like, how come you're a musician? How come you're not like doing that? It's because that's not music. That's not really what music is about. If you're like thinking in that kind of way, like that's fine for when you're studying and when you're trying to get better and all of that. That's great. That's great. Totally great to do. But I am like just decades past just decades past that. I'm not saying that to make it like I'm better than. I'm not totally not trying to do that at all. Maybe I'm coming off like that. I'm not trying to at all. It's just I've done it already, you know, forever ago. And I'm just like, that's not what matters or what's important. And that's not what gets me about music. All that does is put words and definitions and titles to the things that get me. Does that make sense? Like, I want to find songs that I'm just like, that is so freaking cool. What the hell was that? That moved me like crazy. I'm really feeling this, and I want to know why. And all those words, all of these things that we use to technically describe music, that is going to help me in figuring out what it is about that part that made me excited. That's the thing about it, you know? But once I understand what that is, it's like, okay, cool, you know? Then you just do it, you know? You don't have to think about any of that crap anymore. You just, like, it's math, but it's not math. Math is not cool like that. You know, it's just technical. It's just technical. Who cares about technical? This is music. It's emotion, right? It's art, right? Math isn't, I mean, it's art, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a fine balance. And I'm just like, forget your modes, forget your time signatures, your all that kind of stuff. Somebody asked me, you know, I don't talk about time signatures, you know, in Rush, and, you know, there are people that do, and I'm just like, yeah, because phrasing is more important to me than counting. If I'm counting, I'm not paying attention to the music. The music is the phrase. That's the music, is the phrases, the parts put together. Sorry to go off on this tangent. I just feel like, you know, we have a good enough rapport by now, and I don't always, you know, explain things and how I think about it. Lots of times it's just like, oh yeah, cool, dig it. Yeah, that was cool, like it. Yeah, nice, cool, dig it. You know? But this is kind of where I'm coming from. I don't care about those things. I care about, is the song good? Is it crafted well? Is it exciting? Does it move me? Is it, you know, like all of those things. The music theory behind it and dissecting it, that'll tell me why I like it. Oh, I really like this change to this change, which is moving from, this note to this note. That's this interval. It goes from major to minor, or minor to diminished, or whatever the technical words are, when you're transcribing it, That's what tells, which I've done a million zillion times, and I got books I can freaking show you back here of all the work that I've done in that kind of way. It doesn't really matter. It frankly doesn't matter, and that's the point. So anyway, sorry the tangent. Let's do YYZ. I've heard it twice, live reactions, and now I'm hearing the studio for the first time. So let's do this. Bam. Okay, there's your YYZ. Okay. When they do stuff like that, it always just reminds me of like Return to Forever. Random glass. What the heck? What is that about? What is that about? Ooh. I like that. Yeah, I like that. This is a cool part. Yeah, it just got real big all of a sudden. That's nice. All right. Okay, so here's another thing about me. I mean, it's not. You probably hear my kid back there being crazy. You know, little kid. Anyways, this is fine. Yeah, I'm not excited about it though. This is not my thing. That's not to say that I don't like instrumentals. I like jazz, but this is not jazz. This is different to me. And that's not I don't know what it is cuz like I listen to I've yeah, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't get me. I don't care. Like, yeah, cool. Cool. I just like the songs more. This isn't a song to me. Like it's not. There's not like a head. There's no like, what's the it's just a bunch of parts and sections going from, one to one to one. I loved that section when they dropped into that big synth. That was really cool. I really liked that. But the rest of it I'm just kind of like, okay. All right. All right. Okay, whatever. And this is again where people are like, but you're a musician. How come you don't, like, you're a bass player. You didn't hear Getty throughout all this stuff. It's like, yeah, yeah, I did. That's cool, but that's not what, like, gets me. It's not. I like songs and instruments and instrumental interplay within the context of a song. I don't care about, like, it's kind of like when I first started playing bass. I picked it up pretty quickly, and you didn't need to tell me to practice because I just loved it. I played, I practiced myself. You didn't need to tell me. I played saxophone for years before that. Like, I played saxophone for like, I don't even know, like 10 years or something, and you would never know. You would never know I played saxophone for 10 years. Yeah, from the time I was 8 until I was like 18. I never practiced. I didn't want, even though like I picked up music and I knew I liked music, it just didn't, that wasn't the instrument for me. But then when I picked up bass when I was 14 or 15 or whatever, it was like, oh wow, this is really cool. I want to do this. This is cool. When I started playing bass, I remember Victor Wooten's Show of Hands had come out. I remember getting that and being like, this is one bass? Like, it sounds like 4 basses. Like, 2, 3, 4 basses. This is one person, one take, what? This is incredible. And all that slapping and the double thumping and all that stuff. And me, I like it. I appreciate it, but like I don't want to listen to it. I don't care. I just recognize then that I'm not that bass player. I don't like that kind of thing. My favorite bass player is James Jamerson. Right? Who's James Jamerson? James Jamerson is the bass player for all the Motown stuff, right? Standing in the Shadows of Motown, all the Motown stuff. One of my favorite records with tons of James Jamerson work that is some of the most incredible bass playing ever, in my opinion, is Stevie Wonder for Once in My Life. That whole record. Incredible bass playing. I'm like, that's the peak of bass playing, in my opinion. I just freaking love the bass playing on that record so much. And he's doing all that within songs. These incredible, fantastic songs. And he's like crafting these like counterpoint melodies to the melody, and it's just like, it's sick. It's incredible bass playing. Incredible bass playing. And, yeah, just incredible. So that's where I'm coming from. I like songs. I mean, it's hard for me to say that I don't like instrumentals because I like jazz, so it's not like I don't need like a vocalist or something like that. It's not like that. It's just, this just sounds like jamming on parts, not a song. It doesn't sound like a song to me. It just sounds like parts, and it doesn't excite me. That's my answer. Take it or leave it. I'm sure you guys are, I know that there are these Rush people that are like super into this stuff and super into like La Villa Strangiato and all that, but I'm just like, it doesn't get me. This is not what I'm here for. Permanent waves all day. I'm gonna be a Rush Permanent Waves asshole. That's gonna be me. Yeah, I already know it. I already know it. I mean, I'm gonna listen to the rest. Obviously, I'm doing their whole discography, but I'm very interested to hear the rest of their '80s stuff where they get more synth heavy. Because believe it or not, I tend to like some of that stuff. I really like finding the stuff that like people like on like bands throwaway records. There's always like at least one song on those like throwaway records where it's just like they're not their hit records or whatever, and they kind of fell off. And usually for a lot of bands that happens in the '80s because people just went too far, and technology and cocaine and all kinds of things. But I always like to go through those because there's usually like one song that's still really cool, and I love finding that. See, that's you have to dig for the music to find the cool stuff. You have to, because it's not just going to be handed to you. You have to go and find it. Anyways, YYZ. Yeah, that's cool. Great. Glad you guys like it. I'll catch you in the next video. We're doing Limelight, which I've heard Limelight before I've even performed it. I know I'm going to like it. I would much rather take Limelight than YYZ. That's more my style. That's more my kind of thing. So, yeah. I'll catch you in. Later.